Hello, hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a good one. Hey, thank you for the 18 months, Game Worm. Year and a dang half. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But yeah, I hope you're all having a pretty good day. Hope the stream is going smoothly. I've been seeing like less stable bitrate on my little readout these last couple streams. Not sure why. Internet in my area, I suppose. I don't know, the VOD from last time looked okay, so long as it looks okay, that's all that matters. I guess you're just seeing a starting a soon screen right now, so kind of hard to tell, but whatever. I am having an alright day so far. I was thinking that these Tuesday short streams, when I can do them, might be a good opportunity to try to hop into more new releases kind of from 2024 to check out the animation in them, see if there's anything that needs to be showing up in the end of year roundup eventually. Because although those are videos that I make at the end of the year, or really at the start of the following year, I am kind of chipping away at the work prepping for them all year long, trying to keep up. You're seeing 7,200 kilobits per second on your end, which is higher than I think Twitch allows. Yeah, that certainly isn't what I told it to do, but can examine it real quick. Yeah, I mean, I've set the maximum bitrate to 2,500, which is where it's supposed to be, I believe.
Thanks, pal.
Who knows? I haven't changed anything. Anyway, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, Baha Bali. I appreciate it. And thank you for the 23 months, Arimnon. I think the problem with finding the best animation in games is that 3D games have an apparent edge. They've been rigged. So I don't think that's the case. I think 2D and pixel art games have just as much, like, going for them. If anything, I think it is easier to make a good-looking 2D animated or pixel art animated game than a 3D one. I think it is, at the very least, you can achieve it with fewer people. Unless you're doing a joke. Hang on. Are you doing a joke that went over my head? Oh, I get the joke now. Thank goodness. I'm still waking up, apparently. It was a joke. There was word play. They played with words. Thank you for the 23 months, though. Thank you for the 4 months, also. Salt batteries. Get these ads out of here. Exactly. You have dispelled the ads. Banished them with your subscription. A Twitch subscription is basically ad holy water, which only applies to you unless you gift subs, in which case you are applying it to others, which is very gracious of you. Let's see, trying your hand at Linux, the switch was as close to seamless as possible. Do you ever have something you expected to be a bother go off without a hitch? It does happen. More often than not, I feel like I run into things that I expected to go smoothly, turning out to be way bigger problems than I expected. I feel like that is more the norm with anything technical. It seems like it should be something easy or simple. But yeah, we will be examining the first couple hours of Prince of Persia here, which I've heard, like, I've seen kind of the intro to it. I don't feel like this is a game for the best of 2024 animation-wise, but I have heard that as a game, like as a Metroidvania, it's actually fantastic, which I am very intrigued to see. Love a good Metroidvania. Also love Prince of Persia as a franchise, kind of finding a niche for itself now that there's a lot of now that Assassin's Creed kind of has a lot of overlap with what Prince of Persia used to be. Finding a new thing for itself makes a lot of sense. Thanks for the 23 months, Kikazi. I appreciate it. You think the game has secretly quite good animation, or at least animation VFX? Yeah, I'm excited to give it another look. Like, my first impression, especially of the stuff at the start, like, it's all perfectly fine. None of it's bad animation, but none of it really, like, grabbed me as particularly impressive. But then what I have seen is mostly just sort of like the intro part of the game, not really the Metroidvania game proper. And it might be that more of the gameplay stuff is where the animation really shines. We'll see, though. So instead of finding the lost crown, are we going to find the already found crown? Is that how this wrong play is going to go? You can never predict how a wrong play is going to go. But usually the way it goes is much slower than it should, because I'm stopping to fiddle around with character movement and look at little animation things. That aspect of wrong playing is pretty predictable and consistent. Thank you all very much for the hype train. You're too kind. But yeah, let's get going. Let's go ahead and get started with this. Let's switch on over. I don't know how game volume is going to be. I know it's just music right now. So, I don't know. I watched the levels, and it looks really quiet at the moment. But let's start a game and see what happens. Let's see. Game modes. Explore the world with minimal map information. Choose this mode to discover the world for yourself, or guided map. Icons display the location of the next objective. That's a cool option to give people. Also being able to change at any time. Here for it. Let's say exploration up front. And then fight difficulty modes. Warriors, fine. I love games increasingly giving you a little bit more control over this sort of a aspect of play. Like, not only giving you difficulty modes, but letting you kind of refine things specifically to the kind of play experience you're looking for. It's very nice. But okay. This looks real quiet. Let me turn it up.
30 years had passed. Decades without rain. The once fertile plains of Fars had become as barren as the Lut-Salt Desert. A few arrow shots from Persepolis, the Kushans, bloodthirsty warriors from the east, were attacking Persia.
Yeah, thanks for the 18 months, Raven Daydreaming. I appreciate it.
Persian soldiers defended the land, no matter the cost. Ardashir resisted heroically, but his men fell one by one.
Still a touch quiet. Let's
Anahita summoned her remaining strength in battle.
I'll bump it up a little bit, but
For Yuvishka, the Kushan general, victory was certain. Until history took a different turn. The 7 immortals were the best warriors in the kingdom. One of them would become a legend.
Yeah, I'm definitely loving the aesthetic they're going for.
Onward, immortals! Anahita!
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Save Persepolis. I trained you for this. I will go help my wounded warriors.
Let's go, Sargon.
Yeah, I'm loving their aesthetic. I'm loving their, like, style that they're doing with effects, especially, like, cool, stylized dust clouds and flashes and things like that. Like, that's all working for me very well. I think, aesthetically, I think this game is doing quite good overall. I think the animation is not playing as big a role in that as it could. I think the desire for them to do it is there. I think it might just be a lower budget. Like, it's clearly a lower budget than other big AAA Ubisoft titles would be. And, like, this animation is all, like, fine, but, like, as a run cycle, this is nothing particularly amazing. There's, like, not tons of polish to sort of, like, the transitions in and out of different movements. Like, this is all totally serviceable. None of this is bad. It's just, like, it's not grabbing me as, like, ooh, I'm seeing this has 2024 best animation of the year written all over it or anything. It hasn't quite got, like, the polish to it that I would want to see for that to kind of, like, take things to the next level. Hold X to jump higher. R2 to slide.
Be on your guard. It's the reservoir!
But yeah, like, I like their use of effect stuff, though, emphasizing the slashes. It's kind of that Hollow Knight effect, right? Where, like, if the effects are doing, like, their job well enough, it can kind of make up for either lackluster character animation or even, like, almost invisible character animation. In Hollow Knight's case, like, the swinging your nail in Hollow Knight is, without the effects of, like, the swish, it's, like, imperceptible. It's impossible to see at all what Bug Knight is doing. How would I rank Metroid Dread in that regard? I think Metroid Dread is actually quite polished. Yeah, I think Metroid Dread's animation is, like, quite solid. I think I did put it... Yeah, I put Metroid Dread in a best of that year video, whatever year that was, 2022, I think. A bit more polished than this one. Not going for quite as stylized a look as this one, but there's a lot of polish to the animation in Dread.
None of you will leave here alive.
L2 to parry. Yeah. Parry too slow. I'm especially excited to get through this sort of, like, tutorial sequence toward the actual Metroidvania portion. Sounds like that's where the game really shines.
Follow me, Sargon!
R2 moving to run after a slide.
Rain of fire! Keep running, Sargon!
We must eliminate those Kushan archers.
Leave it to me!
Oh, hello. Ha, you missed.
How many did you get? I'll get out of your way so you can catch up!
Is one of my swords randomly switching from a normal grip to reverse grip? It might be. Can I parry arrow? Ooh, you can. Lovely. I will check the grips on the swords once the enemies buzz off. Okay. Or we'll do a scene. Okay. So, like, it's normal grip at first. If you attack once, it seems to stay that way. 2 attacks, still normal grip. 3 attacks. It does feel like it's switching to a reverse grip on occasion. When, though? Might just be in my imagination. When you run, the grip changes on your right hand. Okay, let's see. So, like, oh, it does. Yeah, interesting. I wonder why. I wonder if that just seemed like it'd be a more interesting or appealing pose or shape. I guess it must be. Yeah, I'm fine with it. You missed. Jump on the wall, then wall jump. Okay. Wall jump feels nice. Hello. Someone do an attack. I haven't parried in a while. There we go. Nope. What?
The immortals! Don't let them get to General Uvishka!
Watch out, Sogo!
Reckless attacks. Yellow eye presents a special opportunity. Parry to trigger a vengeful counter. All right. Let's try some more of those. Or you can finish off my enemies. That's fine too. Yeah, I suspect the reverse grip on the run really is just for creating a more interesting silhouette while running. Not that I think you have to. I think you could probably get some interesting poses and silhouettes by having both swords still in normal grip, but
Take this. You might need it.
it's a fine enough choice.
Uvishka, you can't hide from me.
Charged attack to break down door.
The Russia bar, was it? Your life ends here.
Not if yours ends first.
Okay, now we got a boss. Oop. A little too early on the parry, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm going too early on those. Or it's possible that that one's not a parryable option. Whoop. Yeah, I feel like that one's not parryable. Yeah. There we go. Keep bullying you in the corner here. Wait, here we go. Right. There we go. Yeah, they're going for style a lot, and I do definitely appreciate that. Even if the polish isn't quite there, the visual flair is, like, adds a lot. Meow. Nyeh. Yeah, I'm guessing that red attack... Yeah, too early again. I'm guessing the red eye attack means unblockable. Just get out of the way. Let's try this again. We can definitely do better than that. Yes. There we go. Much cleaner. Much too early. Yeah. We're okay.
Has come for you.
The mighty Simurgh, protector of Persia, has long left. But should our enemies try to take advantage of the situation, they will soon find that the kingdom's bravest warriors will be their undoing. "30 years ago, the divine bird Simurgh graced my shoulder, thus showing his trust in me to guide our people. Today,
Yeah, I'm falling behind.
Daenerys, Queen of Persia.
Not to talk over
Praise
plot,
your
but thank you for the
valor
12
and
months.
loyalty,
Jaina, thank you for the 16 months Ophis, the 18 months Nismith, and now the 10 months Dark Dreamer.
And your forces
Much appreciated.
have once again saved the kingdom.
Hassan, Prince of Persia.
Step forward, Sargon. Word of your deeds precedes you through the streets of Persepolis. Accept this royal sash as a token of our gratitude.
Sargon, the Rashabar, the black wind that destroys all in his path.
I didn't choose that name.
You need not worry. I do not attach any importance to these superstitions. The winds also carry the seeds of future harvests. I am truly glad to meet you, Sargon.
Thank you, Prince Hassan.
Let us drop the honorifics, and may we get to know each other in less formal circumstances.
As you wish, Hassan.
Key item acquired, the Royal Sash. Alright, here we are.
Your name brings hope to Persia, and is feared by the enemy. What a reputation.
Maybe.
I didn't ask to be prince either, but fate has spoken, and I must accept it.
All right, there's lots of folks we could talk to, but again, let's scoot things along a bit. Try to get to the actual play itself and not the intro. Because although all of this is fine, I don't find their,
I'm proud of you, Sargon.
like, plot the most compelling
I defeated Yuvishka.
as a way to
and
spend
we
your
saved
first half an hour.
Did we? Thousands died on the battlefield. We're out of supplies. Persia is barely surviving. The Kashan will surely come back. Would you call that a victory?
I let my pride go to my head.
A warrior's journey is always one in progress. And when there's nothing left in one's path, the warrior wanders.
What is at the end of my blade? I know.
Found an answer yet?
I won't figure that out tonight. Maybe a drink will help. You should join us.
Thanks, but I have other matters to attend to. You have what it takes to become one of the greatest, Sargon.
I know. Just watch me.
And listen to Varum. He will keep you on the right path.
Apologies, and you're welcome, Ferna, for getting you hooked on Final Fantasy XIV now. But I do hope you're enjoying the game. Ooh. Now here's some Prince of Persia platforming.
I'm telling you, Prince Hassan may be my son.
Oh, that's nonsense. He looks nothing like you.
He took everything from his mom, that's all.
Alright, you are really not her type.
Whose type?
Ah, the kid finally decided to join us.
The hero of the day. The Queen's new protege.
So, you're mingling with aristocracy now, eh?
Or trading in your swords to become a satrap.
Laugh all you want. Who eliminated a general tonight, huh?
Don't encourage them, Sargon.
It just means you've impressed them. Yeah, he's right. You were impressive.
If you want to talk more quietly, I won't be far. So,
It's true. You
you
weren't.
still remember us now that you're famous?
I'm trying to stay humble. And find what is at the end of my blade.
Oh, sounds like Anahita set your head straight.
Sort of. In her own way.
You know, it is amazing what you did. You should be proud of yourself. We all are.
One of our own eliminated the Kashan general. Outstanding.
And you are the White Lion's pride.
You ragtag bunch of immortals. You have always been destined for greatness.
And thank you for the 23 months, Zephlios. Appreciate it.
And with Sargon's bravery, that's another one for the history books.
We made the city safe. The people are at peace again.
This is cute, but can we go celebrate now? Our usual halt has food and drinks on the house. Varum, you're coming with us. I wouldn't miss it.
Varum! Prince Hassan has been kidnapped.
Kidnappers? They must still be in the palace.
Take the lead, Sargon. You may be the last to have spoken to him. We must find Prince Hassan.
And thank you, Chaos Carry, as well, for the 19 months. I appreciate you all. Let's see, MDH said something. Let's see. You're the second person I've heard talk about the plot-focused beginnings not being the best for Metroidvanias, and it seems like a pretty common opinion. I find that interesting. Not wrong by any means, since these games aren't usually about their stories, but I wonder what exactly makes people have a predilection against story in these as a hook. So I don't have a problem with story, like, with Metroidvanias having a strong story emphasis, or even starting out with, like, more story focused before the gameplay kicks in, but the story does need to be like compelling and like interesting in that if they're going to invest the time there to start as you're starting the experience out, then the story needs to be like worth that time. Like it needs to be able to get its hooks in you because it's in that crucial first hour where a game is gonna like either grab you or not grab you. And I don't think like that, even though I feel like there's a lot of potential in here with all these characters who seem like they could be interesting, like this is, as an intro, is not like narratively grabbing me yet. That's like there's lots of characters, lots of things, none of them quite have enough personality to be grabbing me. So like, and I think in this game's case, when I hear praise for it, and I did hear quite a lot of praise for it when it came out months ago, like it was for the play of it, like the Metroidvania aspect of it apparently rules. And since that is apparently one of what the game is great at, starting out with like a half hour or more of story stuff that you kind of have to get through first, which is not the most compelling on its own, seems like it's a bit of a weak point. I'm trying to think. I feel like there are other Metroidvanias that have started out with more of a narrative, a little bit more narrative up front. Maybe that's my imagination. I mean, it is a genre where the play and the exploration is so much one of the core hooks that getting right to the play and exploration makes a lot of sense. Like, it's pretty much a guaranteed way to come off, like, for a Metroidvania to start off strong. I feel like that's not always the case, though. I'm trying to think. Metroid Dread had a bit of story at the beginning, but not a lot. And Metroid stories generally aren't the most compelling either. Symphony of the Night's a little more story heavy at the start. That's true, a little bit. Or the Ori games are a good example, actually. They do have more of a story, like both of them have more story at the start. And I don't think that, like, and they do a good job of it, I think. They get you, like, they do a good job of getting you invested in how these little groups of characters are doing before you start the exploration proper. That might be the best example, actually, of the lot that we've come up with so far. I think the Ori games are a good example of, like, a little story at the start of these things before you get into the Metroidvania proper. It can be just fine. It's just got to be an interesting and compelling story.
Anahita's guards.
Let's see. Stop blocking. Athra is the sacred energy that burns in every living being. In battle, the greatest warriors can control their Athra, intensifying its light to use exceptional abilities. Sargon's attacks generate Athra while taking damage dispels it. The buildup of Athra is shown in a gauge at the bottom of the screen. Once the gauge is full, Athra Surge becomes available. There are different ones that consume different amounts of Athra. Hold L2 and square to use the first surge. Okay. Let's try it. Nice. Bit of an extra combat reward for managing to avoid damage for a while. Feels satisfying. I like it. Hey.
Anahita, What is this all about?
I wasn't planning on killing you, Sargon. Stay out of this.
Move out of my way. What the hell was that?
Still a child.
I'll find you, Hassan. That sword swinging wasn't just for flair.
Okay. Unstoppable. Red attacks can't be parried or interrupted. Dodge with R2. Okay. You miss. Yeah. Gotta dodge those. Hey. Good bunch of damage off of that. Love it. Haha. No. I'm gonna get you. Nah. There we go.
Anahita, what is going on?
Sargon, who was it? I thought I recognized Anahita. Is she involved?
Yes, she is. Without a doubt.
Baram, gather your forces. You are to leave for Mount Karf at once in search of Prince Hassan. Ardashir and his soldiers are already on the way. We need all the help we can get.
We will not fail you, Your Majesty.
Bring him back. Bring back my son.
And now we're just about, I think, to the start of the game proper.
The old citadel. Anahita took Prince Hassan beyond these gates.
I can't fathom why Anahita would do such a thing.
Sargon, you know her best. What do you make of it?
It doesn't make sense. She has always been loyal.
She wants to seize power for herself.
Oh, what do you even mean?
The Simorg may have disappeared, but the mighty god used to live on Mount Karf, and perhaps still does.
It has always been the Simorg who appoints future kings and queens.
Anahita probably wishes to receive the Simorg's blessing.
But why kidnap Prince Hassan?
She needs him. The gates to the Simorg temple only open for members of the royal family.
She has lost her mind. She will never get the Simorg's blessing like that.
We can't be certain. After all, the Simorg may be weakened.
One thing's for sure. Prince Hassan is in danger. She will kill him once she has no need for him.
Immortals, follow me. Let's help Ardashir and find Prince Hassan.
It's a very plot-heavy opening. I'm wondering if...
Wait for me here. Don't worry. I won't be long.
I'm wondering if a more compelling variant of this might be like easing you into it a little bit more, letting, like... All these characters seem like they've got potential to be interesting. I wonder if meeting them one at a time, as you explored through this space, might be a better way to give them each a little bit of a time to shine. Because you're kind of shown a lot of characters, and introduced to the like plot and the world and all that. Like they're being reasonably efficient with getting you a lot of story and plot information and setting, world building done quickly. But it's still a lot, and not super compelling in the way that it's presented. It's like fine, but it's a lot for the first half hour. Anyway, we are now, I think, to the game itself. Or the more you look at it, the more someone's theory about the backwards grip helping with turning around might be why. I like that theory a lot. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think if the swords were both out in front of him, there would be kind of a more noticeable, like, there's something feels a little bit more smooth about having a sword pointing in either direction on turnaround in transition. It's a small thing, and I think it works fine either way, but, like, there is something kind of smooth about that I like. But okay. Let's Vania a Metroid.
Carve. Most sacred of mountains.
Been here before?
No, but I've read about it. This place was once the site of King Darius's palace. Religion, medicine, astrology, geometry, algebra. All knowledge was gathered here, accessible to all. Mount Carve was home to a great citadel of wisdom, the pride of all Persia.
And? What happened?
No one survived to tell the tale. And to think that Prince Hassan is caught up in all this. Who knows what might await us?
Let's scoot. I bet I'll get like a dash or something that allows me to jump dash over there before long. Moving around in this does feel good.
What is this sorcery?
I'm a warrior, not a seer.
Frozen as it falls.
As if time had stopped.
It doesn't look happy with us. We could probably jump down here. Yeah. What are you hiding? Ubisoft, that is the last thing I ever want to see pop up in the corner of my screen. I hate it so much. Please don't.
Stay sharp. Prince Hassan can't be far now.
Something is not right here. We must proceed with caution.
Sure, Menelaus. You can scurry from shadow to shadow like frightened vermin.
I'm serious, Orod. There's a strange presence here.
I can feel it too. And there's only one way to find out.
Let's go then.
You think the game might have worked better if you started right here in the medias res and you gradually uncovered backstory via flashbacks in the first few hours of exploration? I think I agree. I think that I'd have... that just changing that order of presentation would work a little better for me here. Like, even if the story wasn't any more compelling necessarily as delivered, like... getting it in little bits and pieces as you went.
This is Zard, one of Ardashir's men.
And focusing a bit more on interactions with these individuals here. And getting those bits of story from them.
Long dead, judging by the rot.
How is that possible? They left not long before us.
Does the game have subtitles? It does. They're off right now just because I'm footage capturing for video purposes in the future.
We are not welcome here.
Apologies, I know that makes it that's a little worse for accessibility.
Find the prince and Anahita.
It's not what I generally do for like play frame stuff, but when streaming and gathering footage for New Frame Plus purposes,
anywhere. You'll only slow me down.
Not
You're
having
on your
subtitles is a
own.
distracting visual element. Makes the videos feel a lot better when editing. Apologies for those for whom it makes... Oh my gosh, there's got to be a way to turn that off. Let me fight a skeleton first. I do like that. That was nice. Okay. Ubisoft is so bad about that stuff. There's got to be a way to... It doesn't help that, like, Ubisoft Connect is probably my least favorite of all of the different companies, like, digital, like, platforms. It is very frustrating to deal with. I have to, like, in order to buy a game, like, currently living in Canada, I have to, like, it really fights me. I have to, like, turn on a VPN to convince Ubisoft Connect that I am connecting from the US, even though I am paying with trying to pay with a US card and buy a game. It cannot handle me paying with a US card while living in Canada, and I have to, like, trick it into letting me buy a thing. It is maddening. Let's see. There's got to be a way to turn those off. Is there a way to turn off your nonsense? Please say yes. Why have you built your own overlay into like PSN, onto the PS5? Yes, how do I turn these off? Oh my goodness. I'm sure there's a way. Hang on. Give me a second here. I'm going to navigate this and try to see if they have an option somewhere. I know I could turn this off if I was on PC. I could find a way. Surely there is a way in here as well. Surely. Profile settings interface. All right, let me try that profile overview. Don't know if there's a setting things in profile, at least on the PS5. Thank you, Donald. Thank you for the bits, Aramnon. Maybe like account management. Maybe, no. I'm gonna keep looking. Like, it may not exist, but if it exists, I am dying to turn those off. Chat, no. Notifications. I see, yes, the notifications you popped up. How do I... Oh, goodness. Maybe turning off your PS5's network connection might help. I guess that's an option. I'd hate for that to be the only option. Okay. I don't think there's anything in here that's Yeah, you know what? I'll still not come on screen for this. If you go into my profile, and if you're on PS5, this is probably lives elsewhere if you're on PC. But if you're on PS5 or something, wanting to turn these off, I think if you go into my profile and then click on the online status thing at the top, you will have kind of the options like online, do not disturb, away, or invisible. Invisible, you can either turn it to do not disturb, where you will not get any notifications, or invisible, which I think also does that. So, and hopefully that'll turn notifications off. We can only hope. Because good gracious. Like, I hate achievement notification pop-ups on any platform, especially as one who's gathering footage for like video editing purposes and stuff like that. Like, they annoy me anyway, just because they're like disruptive to kind of like your immersion in the game itself. But like, when you're trying to capture footage, they are so obnoxious. I hate them. But Ubisoft are especially bad because they're so large. Like, at least in Steam, the little achievement pop-up is a tiny corner thing. Good gracious. Anyway, where were we? Video games. Video games are fun. Back. Down or left? Let's go down. Well, down or right. Down and left. You know what I mean. Ooh, a thing I can't do. You could do a funny bit if you're going to be highlighting Ubisoft games in a video with the notifications constantly popping up while you're trying to explain things. That is the sort of bit I enjoy. Like getting interrupted by a load screen talking about Sonic 06 in that one video. It was funny to, like, I'm not, oops, wasn't paying enough attention. It's funny to me, like, I'm not, at all surprised at how many, like, Sonic sort of, like, diehard fans show up angry in the comments of that video, even though I feel like I'm still largely complimentary for the most part, like, that I'm not just in there being a hater all the time with that video, but, it surprised me that there were some people even going to bat for 06 and, like, for me being unfair to aspects of it, which I felt like, even within Sonic fandom, I thought even y'all agreed that was not a good one. Animators definitely watched your Hollow Knight VFX animation analysis. Every attack in this game has so much juice. I am... Oh boy. Super duper... No. It's hard to... If you're already in an attack spam mode, it's very hard to cancel out into a parry. I could probably dash in the middle. Yeah, I can dodge in the middle of it, though. That's a... Ooh, I love how many kinds of dodge there are, too. That's really cool. I need to be doing a little bit more of that. Look at that. You're really agile. Yeah, controlling this character feels great. Like, they've... Like, the stuff that matters, like, character feeling good to control, giving you the visual feedback you need, like, the basic functional side of game animation, which is secretly the most important part, better than looking good. It needs to feel good and give you the clarity you need and do all that functional stuff. On that front, I think this game's doing great. And the VFX animation, or, like, the effects animation is absolutely playing a big role in that. I agree. But yeah, I am incredibly flattered anytime I hear about devs at any studio using one of my videos as reference for anything. I bet there's a way. Hang on. I bet I can aim a little better. Maybe more up. Oh, you can, yeah. Okay, hang on. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I'm really glad that these sort of like Sands of Time style platforming combo stuff is getting kind of integrated into your movement in this too. That's really cool. Short to cut. Mighty Simurgh. The bird of knowledge, the Simurgh, holds the key to all truth. He's the guardian of time and destiny, keeping everything in balance. Infinite power resides in his feathers. His protective flight brings peace and prosperity to Persia. Those lucky enough to be touched by his shadow are forever protected from the forces of evil, and misfortune will befall anyone who tries to harm him. Let the poets sing of his exploits. Let philosophers meditate on his teachings. Let warriors gain his wisdom. Ooh, yes. Hang on. Maybe I can just... There we go. Up attack. Whoop. No. Don't shoot me. Nope, not quite. Ooh, can do sort of like a little running kick attack. That's fun. Gotcha. Still getting the feel for it, but the combat in this does feel quite cool. And I imagine it's going to, like, get a lot cooler as my ability list expands. The Simurgh is justice and the measure of all things. From the plains of Fars to the Nile... Fars is probably not how you pronounce that. To the Nile Valley. The protective shadow of this majestic flight tempers the warmth lavished by Mithra. The ears of wheat, barley, egalops, and... Boy, there's a lot of words I'm going to be saying wrong here. Turn ripe without drying out. The harvests are prosperous and feed the people. As long as his wings grace the Persian sky, happiness and prosperity will reign. Check a point. Ooh.
What
Oh, hello.
are you doing here? This place is too dangerous for a child.
Don't worry about me. I know the Citadel better than anyone. I know every step. I even go where others can't. I've chatted and argued with every creature. And I know every tree here.
Like this one? Are they all like this?
These trees are special. They're called Wak-Wak. They have the purest of Athra. So, stand beneath its leaves to restore your energy. There are many Wak-Wak trees throughout Mount Calf.
It's just occurred to me, I feel like we don't get nearly enough characters in fantasy stories who can talk to creatures, like, being all about arguing with those creatures. Like, using your power in order to debate the creatures of the wild is very funny.
Tell me, you say you know all here.
Debate me, squirrel.
We're in search of soldiers like us. Our prince is being led by a general. Have you seen anyone like that?
A prince? There hasn't been a prince here in so long. I've only seen you. Well, if you've lost your friend in Mount Calf, then you're going to need an Eye of the Wanderer.
What's that?
It's a very rare, very ancient thing. Here, for you.
Eye of the Wanderer. This magic glass eye gives its bearer the ability to map all of Mount Calf.
Go on. Try it.
All right. There's our map. And we can add a marker. Is that good Metroidvania stuff right here?
Here, I might as well show you a neat trick to remember places on Mount Calf.
Memory shards allow you to capture images of Mount Koff. This is one of the features that I was hearing about that was apparently like super cool as a Metroidvania idea. Mount Koff is full of unreachable passages and treasures, which you can access once you've found new abilities. It's important to memorize all these places. Use memory shards to capture an image of the environment, which will automatically be saved on your map. Don't forget to capture images of your surroundings regularly to add them to the map and come back to them later. That's a cool idea. Press or hold down to create a memory. Cool. So now you can look on your map and see, like, what did I forget? Right, that thing. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, that, yeah, well, let's go back for that. That's a great idea. What a great, like, addition to the genre. It's really clever. Because, like, we've had maps where we can add custom markers to, like, remind myself, there's a thing here that I want to go back for. But, like, usually you can't get very specific with it. Like, in Hollow Knight, you've got, like, 4 different kinds of markers you can place. And you can try to come up with your own, like, rules for what each one means. This is just like takes some of that mental load off of you a little bit and allows you to look back and be like, right, that spot. Okay, yeah, I want to go back there. Good idea.
Thank you, miss. I don't know your name.
And yeah, I love it that it's not automatic either. It's still a thing that's an ability you have that you can choose to do. Like, it still being something you control feels so much cooler than it just being a thing that automatically happens.
My name is Faraba.
I think if it automatically happened, it might feel sort of like, oh, well, the game's taken some of the fun away from me in my exploration and memorizing of the space. It's kind of doing it a bit for me. But because you are the one who chooses to, no, let me hit the button. Let me add this to my log.
Oh.
It's almost got that feel of like Etrian Odyssey where you are drawing your own map as you explore in a cool way.
Well,
I like that.
Sargon, I'm sure we'll meet again in Mount Koff. I'll share my discoveries with you when I can, but I'll need time crystals to do it.
Time crystals?
Welcome to Mount Koff.
Let's go. You have a shield, I see. Wonder what good strategies are for fighting shields. I could try sliding past them. Have to be quick, though. No, you can't. Because of the shield. You can parry, though, and that works. Hey, aim better. Thank you. Oop, too early. Do it again. There we go. That looks hazardous. Ah, too slow. No. So let's see. Yeah, a bit of a dead end here, unless I can figure out how to get higher up. Which, maybe. Yeah. Ooh. What does that symbol mean? Or that overlay, rather. I wonder. Haha! Secrets. Oh. You look mean. Ah! There we go. Open? Wait, hang on. Get it. Don't let it fight back. I do not have the health for it. Oh, we're back here. Nice. Okay, cool. We could have gone up that way, though, and maybe we should. Actually, we should stop by the tree. Especially if that'll give us health and such back. Yay. Okay. Up, up, up. And then... Well, maybe. Can we? Yeah, thank you very much for the 23 months, Capstep Barnes. Much appreciated. Thank you for the 23 months as well, T.S. Terrapin. I don't think I said that earlier. And 12 months, Rebels Without Applause. I might have said that one, but I'm not sure. So I'm covering my bases. There we go. Oh. Oh, I see. I was about to say, why would I want to... Oh. Hang on. First... Okay. Whoa. What is this? Whoa. Cool.
Sargon, up here.
Neat. Get out of here. I'm glad they die in like one hit. Ah, not quite. Bit far.
Take the prince to the Simor gate.
Anahita! Don't you dare harm him!
If you want Prince Hassan back, come and get him!
Anahita! Anahita was here. She's taking Hassan to the Simor gate.
Then Artaban may be right about her wanting the throne. That thing above us. What is it?
I'm not sure. But to get to Hassan and Anahita, we must destroy it.
From this distance, that's not possible for either of us. Maybe Menelaus can help here. Varum sent him to the east to investigate the forest.
I'll try to find him.
I'll look for another way.
All right. That spot seems important. Oh. Elevator. In a minute, hang on. That spot seems important. It's cool. I've got like a limited number of like uses of that memory marker thing as well. Like over there in the top left, you can see I can only do that 13 more times, which is probably plenty. But it makes it feel all the more like a gameplay thing.
Artaban.
Sargon. Varum saw Anahita's guards, and he's in pursuit. As for me, I cannot continue. Time flows differently here. My mind is playing tricks on me. I can't discern the truth from the imaginary.
Artaban, thank you for being honest with me. Does this mean you're retreating?
I'm not giving in just yet. I intend to serve until my last breath. After all, If Anahita really has changed loyalties, I believe you're short of a sparring partner.
Oh. Well, sure, I'll take a challenge. Why not? Standard attacks, launchers. Well, sure, let's just go one by one here.
Let's warm up and review the basics.
How'd you find a Colosseum here?
The basics again.
Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Get in position. Show me how you chain ground attacks.
All right, hit all attacks from the standard combo. Just square, square, square.
Very well. Bear in mind you can redirect your next attack. Since you propel your opponent away with your last strike, that's the end of the chain. At close range, the sweep is good against smaller foes. You can also chain attacks afterwards.
Oh yeah, neat. That do work.
An airborne enemy cannot retaliate until they're back on their feet. Make use of that.
Perfect to cripple agile enemies.
Remember that you move forward with each attack. If you want to keep your distance, the sweep allows you to maintain your position.
Oh, it do.
This doesn't suit your style, but some situations might require you to take such precautions.
Precautions? What precautions?
My point exactly.
We did it. Now let's do a couple more of those. That's actually pretty helpful. Launchers, aerial attacks, charge attacks, enemy reactions, defensive options, advanced movements, parry, Athra Surge, lots of things.
Do you remember what I told you about propelling enemies up in the air?
An airborne enemy cannot retaliate until they're back on their feet.
At least that got in your head. Let's go over your upward attacks. Use them to hit targets above you, but also to propel ground enemies in the air.
Okay. Launch.
A word of warning. Using the same upward attack twice in a row will lessen its effectiveness. You can also use an upward attack in a fighting combination. Be sure you're within range to strike.
Okay. Yep. It do work. Nope, incorrect.
Following through with your attacks lets you stay in the action. Remember, Rashaba. Even a constant wind can carve a mountain. Now then, the forward slide. It's a chance to engage with an offensive advantage.
Okay. All right, run, kick. Yeah, lots of nuance to this.
That suits me.
Now let's combine everything. Chase the enemy mid-air after your upward attack.
All right. Yeah. Is good.
Vary your upward attacks. The same one twice in a row will not give you the same propulsion.
I understand.
All right. We do get a reward from each of these, which is nice.
Now for a specialty of yours. Acrobatic techniques. Ready for the next lesson?
Yes, please.
I'm always ready.
You know about mid-air combinations, but there are other options. Try to reach the flying enemy.
Okay. Oh. Straightforward so far. These start boring, but they start surprising you. It's worth it. Okay. I'm down. They don't take that long.
After this move, but it should prove itself useful in certain situations. Alternatively, you can aim at enemies directly below you. Mind your position.
Come on. There we go.
Now that's a new way to lift up the enemy.
You can send the enemy up even higher with aerial combinations, rather than sending them far away.
All right. Up. Nope. Okay, so up. Hang on. Oh yeah, he can keep on doing it. Nope, gotta hold. Okay. Nope. There we go. Got it.
This technique is valuable. You can save on time or throw your foe towards environmental hazards. Should you see a use for it, you can also send them crashing into the ground if you prefer.
It works.
If I rush to the ground afterwards, I can maintain my flow before they get back on their feet.
For that, you know more than I do. I'm past the age to perform cartwheels at the fair.
Huh. Very funny.
My cartwheels are great. He's jealous. Charged attacks. I haven't really used these yet.
Sargon, remind me what our ancestors said about Athra.
Athra flows through the universe and all living things. As much as weapons are the extension of our bodies, Athra is the extension of our will.
Precisely. You've been listening. Athra can be channeled, intensified in your blades, until they are saturated with energy. Athra-charged attacks have several advantages. They can be destructive and even increase your focus.
Okay. Hold. Release. How far does it launch a projectile? Oh, pretty far. Okay.
Look at you. I can see your Athra radiating. You've embraced the teachings of our ancestors. You've come a long way since I met you. But mastery is a never-ending journey. Now then, focus your Athra in the middle of a ground combination.
Right in between moves. I'll give it a try.
Ooh, neat. So that breaks shields, so... Tap hold for a shield breaker. Neat, alright.
It's effective at annihilating enemy defenses. And if they do not break, they will certainly be weakened. Are you also able to do that in the air?
I've practiced the technique to crush targets from above. I'll show you.
Yep.
Perfect. These are strong attacks, and they knock back the enemy, marking the end of the combination. With proper training, Athra, the everlasting blaze, is yours to channel and control.
Excellent. Well, I am learning quite a lot. Enemies' reactions.
No fighting style rules above all. The greatest combatants understand adaptability. Knowing your opponent's strengths is key to bringing them down. Take massive opponents, for example. They react differently to upward attacks. Give it a go.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Not really getting launched.
My strikes knocked them back, but they're too heavy for me to lift them off the ground.
Worse still, some opponents can ignore the recoil of your strikes because of their build or magic. You must be vigilant, as this means they can counterattack during your fighting combinations.
Are there even worse enemies out there? None of my attacks have any effect on them.
Not showing signs of pain doesn't mean they didn't get hurt. And careful what you wish for. The Citadel is full of mysteries. We're not out of the woods yet. And one more thing. Some enemies can recover while you're in the middle of your combination. Some can parry your next strike, cutting short your chain of attacks. You can find out for yourself.
We'll know it when we see it. Yep. That's my thing.
I see more and more the benefit of sending the enemy up in the air whenever that's possible.
But you know that's not always possible. The best defense is not always offense.
Which brings us to defensive options.
A warrior who throws himself into the fray without defensive skills can win battles, but never wars.
It's not the first time I've heard you say that.
The goal is to structure combat in such a way as to hit the enemy without ever being hit in return. Your dodges, backwards and forwards, allow you to pass through enemy attacks and remain unscathed.
Okay. Yep.
Your
It
last
works.
strike in a ground combination does not allow these actions. The price to pay for power.
That explains why I was
You
getting
can also
punished
end your
a lot.
combination early with a jump. While in the air, you can dodge by doing a backflip.
Neat.
Jumping while chaining attacks can also be used offensively. Parrying is the best defense against a head-on attack, turning the table in your favor.
Yeah, this is robust.
Not all attacks can be parried. If you're attacked from both sides, escaping is your best option. Parrying and dodging are not unique to us, Sargon. You can expect enemies who can do the same.
All right. See how many more of these. Advanced movements sounds quite interesting. There is just 3 left. Sure, why not?
You already know this well, how recovering your balance after striking is when you're most vulnerable. After a successful dodge, the odds are in your favor. Launch a counterattack right at that moment.
Okay. There we go. It does feel very cool getting out of the way of the one attack and then following up.
I could do this all day long.
Attacking from behind is also advantageous, and even more so when the enemy is already engaged.
Yeah.
Careful against fast foes. They may turn around and punish your attempt at a sneak attack.
Only if they can match my speed.
You can kick while sprinting to propel the enemy into the background.
And to make a loud entrance.
Yeah, let's see. This game does a nice job of giving you a number of options in combat without incurring a mental load. Honestly, I think, yeah, it does do a quite good job of that. Like, there's a lot of this that I would, if I was actually trying to stop and think in a fight, I would not be able to really do very well, I don't think, at least not for a good while, but it ultimately boils down still to just, like, square to attack, directionals for kind of, like, influencing where, like, what those attacks are doing, dodging and parrying. Like, it's movement, attacks, parry, and dodge. It's 4 things that can kind of be combined and mixed together in various ways that feel fairly intuitive. Like, and yeah, you can end up doing a lot of it on accident just by kind of like, by feel, which works quite well. It's pretty well designed in that way.
Artaban, I want to perfect my parrying technique. What do you have for me?
The art of parrying requires perfect timing and faced head-on.
All right.
Get ready to parry. As you may have discovered, projectiles can also be returned to the sender.
And that always feels good. Oop. A little late.
Do be vigilant. Once more, not all projectiles can be parried. Some moves give you better opportunities to counter. Learn to identify them, and don't miss.
Success. Give me one more. There we go.
Few enemies are able to recover from your Rashaba counters.
Actually, I named them downburst counters.
Whatever you say.
I wish I could parry any attack.
You know that's impossible, even for me. Fortunately, your senses are sharp. You'll know in advance if an attack can be parried or not.
Try to parry an unstoppable attack. Seems like a bad idea, but I'll try.
This isn't the whole day's lesson, right?
There is a lesson in every failure. Did you see the effect of the hit you took? That's what you get when you miss a parry and pay for it. Getting hit this way is particularly dangerous, and your Athra focus takes a hit too.
Well, I can feel it in my jaw now.
And one more. Athra Surge.
Athra, the everlasting blaze, the unifying energy that interlaces the cosmic tapestry. It's the flame that gives and takes, embodying the very core of existence. Its presence and blessing extend throughout the cosmos. By discerning the cadence of Athra's flow, you can better navigate exercises and cures. Athra bestows stability and longevity upon those who seek its guidance. Sargon, your Athra burns brighter with each successful technique and can be unleashed all at once.
Athra Surge. I've used it before.
Get in position and start channeling it.
Fill the gauge. Boy, you really can start stringing together a lot of nonsense. There we go.
Conversely, taking hits will break your focus and your Athra will dissipate. Riskier actions, such as parrying and launching charged attacks, are even more effective. Try to parry this enemy and see how fast you can gather your Athra.
Wasn't ready.
Keep in mind that dodging is safer, but it will not build up Athra. Parry whenever you can. Let's talk about the Athra Surge. Since it has dodging properties, it's ideal for counterattacks. It's useful for breaking down defenses, and can stop attacks that are usually, well, unstoppable.
Okay. Yeah, it does kind of make you invulnerable.
Every warrior prides themselves on developing their ultimate techniques, but you can also learn from them. Keep in mind that Athra ignites the soul, gracefully moving through unending transformation. Harnessing and charging its strength is merely a single expression of its multifaceted nature.
And we did it.
Fine work. You now know all the basics. Don't forget, you can always visit for a training session. If you learn new moves, perhaps we can figure out together how to use them. Take this for starters.
Ah! A new surge. Release a powerful, unfurling wave of Athra that pushes back the enemy. The end of the move can be interrupted, can be triggered from the ground or in the air. Equip your Athra surges at a Wak Wak tree. Okay. Neat.
Good to see you.
I'll open this just to get the exclamation mark to go away. But, okay, yeah, just... Good stuff, okay.
Any word of the others, Artaban?
Some, though I'm not sure what help it will be to you. Orod passed through quickly. He told me he had glimpses of Menelaus in combat and was off to find him.
I'm certain Menelaus will manage.
Do I know who worked on this one specifically? Like if they worked on other notable games in the past? Or is it not like a specific group? I don't. Like I'm sure it is a like specific crew within kind of like Ubisoft's bunch of studios and teams. I do not know like if there are any sort of like notable folks included in it who had worked on past Prince of Persia games or other things. I do not know anything about the development of this one, I'm afraid. Results good, though. Ah, hello.
What brings you here, traveler?
My allies and I are in pursuit of a traitor.
Then you and the others are trapped here, too. Mount Carf has seen its share of travelers. Many are lost within the web of time's curse. Beware, warrior. Death and misery roam the citadel.
I've seen my share of death.
Even the most determined of warriors must be prepared. Take its unique properties will aid you. Just know that each one is precious and can only be changed at a Wak Wak tree.
I'll make good use of this.
A new amulet, hey. Slightly increases max health. The additional health boost can only be regenerated at Wak Wak trees. Equip your amulets. Okay, so we got charms, basically, I'm guessing.
Welcome.
Oh, and you're a shop. A Soma tree petal. Petal from the Soma tree's mythical flower of immortality, which is maybe this is like a heart piece health upgrade type thing. Increase the number of amulets you can carry +1. An old currency. Slightly reduce incoming poison effects damage. Also upgrading things. I would love to upgrade the number of potions I can carry. That seems really worthwhile. I'll save up for now. Let's explore some more. Where are we? Oh, there's a tree here. Good. Amulets. We've really just got the one, but I'll equip it. And surges. I'm a little confused as to which of these are... Oh, okay, so this one's on... One of these is on triangle, one of these is on square. I see. Okay, okay. I'll put the new one on triangle and it... Gotcha. Okay. Charm system really did become a standard system of Metroidvania post Hollow Knight. Yeah, which I'm fine with. I think it's a great, it's a great means of giving you lots of things you can find in the world while exploring that feel like different upgrades, and it lets you customize yourself. It's a really, they're great, fun things to find, and they allow you to customize how you play. It's a good system. What's your opinion on FromSoft Souls games having trinkets that are mostly inconsequential? I was debating my friend on this yesterday, and I wish more of them felt substantial. I don't think a lot of them. So there's a pretty wide range in quality of trinkets or rings or amulets or whatever you call them in any given game. There's a pretty wide range of them, and a lot of them are very good. I think, especially some of the ones you tend to find later on. I think a lot of them can be pretty build dependent, though. Some of them really only shine if you are built a specific way. I do think that the change, which I think started in Dark Souls 3, to letting you have 4 rings or up to 4 talismans, whatever else, I think that's a much, much better way. It's much better for letting you actually experiment with your build a bit, because there tend to be at least a couple of talismans or charms or rings or whatever else that are these are so good, I don't know why I wouldn't equip them, and it's pretty hard to justify equipping any of these others when I could be equipping one of these. Having 4 gives you a couple of slots for that, and then probably 1 or 2 that you're willing to explore a bit more with. Because I don't feel because your example here, deal 2% more damage with bludgeoning weapons on a Tuesday, that, I don't think that's really what a lot of souls, rings, and talismans are. A lot of them are more effective, generally effective than that. Some of the early ones you find at the start of the game may be less so, but that early on when your stats are that relatively low, they can be more noticeable. There's that talisman you get that gives you 3 FP back every time you do a critical attack on something, which for lots of characters is not going to be all of that useful. But for certain builds, that's actually pretty huge. If your build is built around getting critical attacks and using intelligence, using limited spells and all that, if you're kind of a melee spellcaster intelligence build, especially early on when 3 FP is a pretty significant percentage of your total, that's actually a pretty huge. So they all kind of have their they all have their potential to be wildly good, which is I think why a lot of them aren't super game changing anytime you equip any given one of them, because that would get out of balance pretty quickly, I think, or get very difficult to balance very quickly, is my assumption. Dan Emmons could probably answer even better on this one, but anyway, let's explore some more. And try to fight a little better. Yeah. We'll improve with practice. Yeah. You come back here. Yeah. Darn things. All right. Closed door. That's not going to work. The concept you were describing, though, of like upgrade systems that include upgrades that kind of feel generally inconsequential, that I do. Can I parry from here? No. That I do generally agree with, though. Like, I think like games with talent trees or like upgrade systems that are just like where you're getting little upgrades like plus 3% frost damage or whatever, that I think is generally uninteresting and underwhelming, and like the game could generally be improved by having fewer upgrades that have more significant effects. Let the lost sands of time reveal the prophecy. Oh. New side quest. Neat. And that is another amulet. All right. Slightly increase melee attack power while in full health, which I will rarely be at, but it's a nice thought. Yeah, World of Warcraft significantly streamlining its talent trees over the years is a great example and a big improvement. Old World of Warcraft talent trees that, yeah, had tons of little options you could get that were like the equivalent of like 3% more frost damage and things like that, were not only overly fiddly and the upgrades didn't feel all that substantial. It led to a lot of like, it's a style of talent tree that kind of like feels like it has a lot of right and wrong answers in it. I kind of feel the same way about like Diablo 2 talent trees and character builds. Like, it is a much more fiddly and less interesting and satisfying feeling of like character upgrade. Wow. Noted. Can't just tank hits from those things. Gotta move. Wow. Bad. Try again. Should not try to glance down at chat while doing complex platforming. There. Oh, I'm here. Okay, cool. Open that up. Oh, hello.
Another one of Ardashir's men.
Sargon. How?
You're alive.
So much time has passed.
What? You only got here last night.
One single night that has lasted 30 years.
30 years?
This place is a prison. There is no way out. You must flee.
Where are your brothers in arms?
All lost in the Citadel. All prisoners of time. This is no end for a warrior. This endless captivity. If a soldier is to die, it should be in combat. Free my men, my insignia. Take it. My brothers in arms will give theirs too. When the time comes to release them.
Alrighty. What is to be done about that? May not have the means to do a whole lot about this situation. Maybe. Wait. So something's happening down here now? Oh, okay, here we go. I see. Okay. Ah, okay. A little tricksy. But let's see, hang on. Oh, I was hoping it was gonna... Okay. Can I? No. Keep... Loop back around. Ah. I think... If we do... There we go. This is more like it. Yeah. Boss fight, okay. Nope. Can't parry that. Could theoretically parry that one, but... Let's try that again. Yeah. Oh. A little slow, I guess. We can do it. Yeah. No. No. Challenging. We can do it, though. We got a lot further that time. Yep. Managing. Managing very well. Ow. Until now. Hey, come on. That would have worked if your reach was better. Haha, I win. And got a thing. Excellent. 1 of 4 petals found. Yeah, okay. Mask shard, heart piece, etc. Someone mentioned the guy back here might have had a shiny when he died, which I had not noticed. Oh, you're right. Insignia of Persepolis. Nojan was Ardashir's right-hand man, a good tactician and a respected strategist, but he stayed away from the battlefield whenever possible. Okay, forward.
Father! Where am I?
Hey, wait!
Father, what's happening to me?
Wait! Who are you? You just disappeared.
Can't jump that far. But maybe someday. Ah! Startled me. It's pretty out here. Oop. Let's see. Use a charged attack to break down the door. Okay. You're right. Tree? Tree. Good, good.
Hello. Hello. Is it
Not
the
what I
first
expected.
time you're meeting a whack tree?
I've seen these trees along my journey, but you're the first to speak.
No, no. I'm not a whack tree. I live in it. There are many whack trees across the Citadel. Their branches are a refuge for us, and also a great help for travelers like you.
Yes, I've noticed.
These trees have always been here, since the start of all life. Their roots are deep, nourished by the primordial Athra that resonates within all things. But now, the forest suffers. Amidst the curse, a creature from elsewhere sows more misfortune and desolation. Here, take this. You'll need it.
Thank you. Oh, another one. Create an explosion and a healing zone that gradually restores health. Nearby enemies are pushed back. Can only be triggered from the ground. A level 2 Athra Surge. Hold L2 and triangle to trigger Bauman's Breath when your gauge has reached level 2. Okay. Neat. Thanks also for the hydrate and stretch reminders, by the way. Good advice. Yeah, that's a neat one. I'll have to be good enough to actually use it. And there we go. Making good horizontal headway. No. There we go. Goodness. Down? No? Wait. Yes? Maybe. Maybe. Guess there's stuff I can break, but I feel like that's going to be something. That little nook up there eventually. A little opening. Eventually. Stop it. Ooh, all right. What have we here? A resource for something I don't have yet. Hang on, catching up with chat. Modern Prince of Persia, Metroidvania. Yep, pretty much. which works quite well, like taking Prince of Persia back to its sort of side-scrolling roots, since Assassin's Creed is sort of since there's a lot of overlap between modern Assassin's Creed and 3D Prince of Persia, taking this back to 2D to distinguish the franchises a bit more is a pretty smart move, I think. Well, might as well use one of our things. Down. Down. Hey. Leave me alone. Ah, it was too early. Get out of here, bird. Bird, please. Knock it off. You didn't even know Prince of Persia went 3D? Oh yeah, so there was, the first was, I want to say in 2008. It might have actually been earlier than that. Prince of Persia Sands of Time, which is very good. And getting remade still, I think, if memory serves. There were two that followed it, which were a little less good, but still solid. And then, no. The first Prince of Persia was way earlier. It was maybe like 2002 or even earlier. Maybe like 2002. 2008 is kind of like one of the last of the mainline 3D Prince of Persias, which is also okay. Like, but then Assassin's Creed came out and kind of like took a lot of what 3D Prince of Persia was and sort of turned it into a new thing. So taking this back to 2D makes actually a lot of sense. And it's working really well, I think. Yeah, going Metroidvania with the Prince of Persia franchise makes an odd kind of sense. And they seem to be executing on it really well. Let's see. Boing, boing, boing. There we go. Oh, well, I'm here again. Maybe we can just keep on heading right from here. Nope, not quite. Down from here, then. Yeah. Or... Nope. Still not it. Down from here. Nah. Startled me. Come here. I was ready for you. How do you still get the jump on me? Slide. Yes. Uh-oh. That one's bigger. Don't spit. Nah. New ability. Haha. Ow. No. Nope. Ah, it's so difficult. Don't get kicked. Come on. How many kicks can you chain together? No. Getting very lucky on some of these dodges. No. So close. We can get it. Parry. Dodge. Dodge. Dodge better. No. Doing okay. Meh. Fancy moves. Get a little self-healing in this place. Yeah. Ow. Still doing okay. Still going to win. There we go. And also another amulet. All right. Convert a small amount of damage taken into Athra buildup. That could be useful. These are going to be for something. I want to know what. Ah, I figured out what. This is fine.
Menelaus' bow. What's going on?
Nothing we need to worry about. A bow! The preferred weapon of Menelaus, mythological, what am I saying? Mythical archer of the immortals. Triangle to fire an arrow, left stick to aim. Okay. We got a bow. Let's try it out. Refill. Excellent. Whoop. And we got one more space. There we go. Let's go a little further. Because this is fun to play. If you like your Metroidvanias, this seems like a pretty solid pick.
We got separated. Why?
It's strange. I encountered another version of myself. A warrior who looked just like me.
What are you talking about?
You are not welcome here.
What was that?
What? Some beast too scared to even show itself. That's what. Now, where did it go? I want myself a real fight. Good luck to you, Sargon. Try not to go mad.
Can't do much that way. Up and up and up. Ah! Many birds. Nyeh. Got limited arrows, birds. Don't want to waste them all on you. Hey, I'll take it. I see you up there. Nothing there. Okay. Don't really need much of a refill, but I'll take it. Whoop. Hello. Come on, break it. There we go. Good. Excuse me, bird. Yay. That helps. Then we can use this to get up here, and yeah. There we go. There we go. Okay. Up and up and up and up. Up. Okay. Whoa. We're fine. I'm falling behind on chat here. Let's see. I'm really tired that all games, single or multiplayer, are obsessed with pressuring people to play as optimally as possible. I miss the old days like OG TF2, just playing to play and who cares. Some people were definitely playing very optimally back in the day on TF2 and got mad if you weren't. As I recall. Although there was lots of goofing too. Let's see. Hello. Nope. There we go. Oops. Saved it. Yeah, sure. Seems like we got a tree up this way. If only we can reach it. I sense a puzzle. I was incorrect. There's not a puzzle. Hello. That's new. Probably worth remembering. Yep. I can't do a whole lot here unless... Nah. Okay. This place is not for me yet. Might be better for me to be heading that way generally. Kick. Ow. Stop it. No. Stop magic sniping me. Yeah. Disagree. Very disagree. Super disagree. Let's try that again. That's a little better of a magic parry, at least. Meh. No. Much too early. You're being a problem up here. Go on. What a jerk. There we go. Okay. Sorted out. From here... I could be hiding something this way. Nothing I can get to right now. Later. Maybe.
Menelaus, you're alive. And that amazes you somehow?
I found your bow.
Different possibilities, all unfolding at the same time. It may be worrisome, but at least I know my bow is in good hands.
Anahita is taking Hassan to the top of the citadel.
Right. To the Simor Gate. Before I forget, my bow serves a dual purpose. You may want to take another look. I'll meet you up there.
Dual purpose, you say? Ranged weapon that comes back to Sargon once thrown. Oh, it is also a boomerang. A boomerang, I see. Hold to aim the chakram, then release to shoot it. Neat. Quite neat. Neat power. Ah. That is not a floor. Whoop. Neat. Yep. Cool ability. I like it. Yeah, it's a really solid game. If you like Metroidvanias, definitely would recommend trying out. They've made it pretty cool in here. But much as I'd love to continue, I need to get back to actually working on New Frame Plus scripts. So I'll probably call that for today. And the next week on Tuesday, if I've got time, we'll dip into some other 2024 game. Examine the animation in that one. Really fun game, though. Like, not... I don't think it's one that I would... I don't think it's one that I would put in my 2024 video for best animation. Maybe one that I would, like, have as kind of like a mention. Heck of a fun game, though. I approve. Well, thank you all very much for joining me. This is super fun. Thank you for the subscriptions and the bits. You're all too kind. Who are we rating? Possibly no one. I don't think any of the people think any of my peoples are currently going. Tragedy. Oh well. It is a little bit early in the day, I suppose. But thank you all so much. And I will see you on Thursday, almost definitely, for some more Pokemon Emerald. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Goodbye.